I'm Corey Rogers. I'm the Vice President of Marketing for National Equipment Dealers, NED. I'm standing here at our Summerville branch here in South Carolina, and I've got a HX220 Hyundai with the new EPFC feature and functionality attached to it. And I thought I'd take a few minutes to share with you some features and benefits of this great machine. A lot of customers tell us they really like the fact that the Hyundai comes with just about everything. In fact, most models come with double-acting hydraulics that can easily be fitted up with hammers and double-acting type attachments such as shears or crushers. Another thing I really like about the Hyundais is that they have very easy to access grease points. So you have grease zerks conveniently located on the arm. You have grease zerks conveniently located at the base of the boom. And it makes it very easy for the operator to do his daily maintenance. The great thing about Hyundai is that they use high tensile strength steel. This is the same company that owns and operates the largest shipbuilding companies in the world. So they take a lot of that same technology and of course buying power when it comes to steel to utilize heavier duty, better quality and higher tensile strength steel throughout the Hyundai construction equipment product line. One thing I always like to point out is the way the boom and the arm are built. The boom is essentially a two-piece boom. There are less weldments in the boom. If you look at it, you've got a single piece of plated steel below, a single piece of plated steel above, and you have two weldments attaching two pieces of steel on either side. So it makes it a very structurally sound boom. It's also reinforced on the inside with 3 internal baffles that are laterally welded to keep it from experiencing torsional stress. The arm is also well constructed, as you can see. One nice thing about Hyundai is they use a lot of castings. So you can look at the tip of the arm and notice that that's not just welded steel, that's actually a full casting at the tip of the arm. Same thing at the tip of the boom, a full casting. And when we get around to the boom foot, I'll show you how impressive the boom foot is. Again, a full cast boom foot. This makes the machine last longer. And Hyundai offers a 5-year, 10,000-hour structural guarantee on all of their construction equipment. And one of the reasons they can do that is because they use technologies like castings, robotic welding, and heavier gauge steel. Today I'm standing here next to the HX220, and this is a special machine because it recently received some new updates, and I want to share some of those updates with you. One of the new updates is EPFC, or Electric Pump Flow Control. This is a new feature that has made the machine so much more customizable. It allows you to customize it for specific applications, specific load densities, specific types of work, and you can make the machine smoother or faster or more powerful depending on what you need in that application. One of the updates they did recently were side bumpers. They put steel welded side bumpers on either side of the upper structure, which helps to protect the house doors from potential damage. At the moment, we're on the side where our cooler compartments are located. I'll open these up and give you a glimpse inside. So a few things that you'll see in this compartment. Hyundai really does a nice job of keeping things clean and easy to service. And one of the nice things that they do with their coolers, as you can see, they have virtually no stacked coolers with the exception of the AC condenser and the fuel cooler. Behind that, you have your hydraulic oil cooler and your radiator stacked atop of each other, one on top of the other. And that helps to reduce the amount of fan speed required, which helps to save fuel and also saves noise. Also located in this compartment are your batteries, your battery relay, your washer fluid reservoir, and your overflow reservoir for your radiator. In this compartment here, you'll find the shuttle block and all your pilot valves. You'll also find your MCU, your machine control unit, which is located under a shroud, so it's protected against climate and the conditions. You have your 2-stage air filter located here, your breaker box, and also your battery disconnect switch, along with a light that indicates that the DEF fluid is evacuating from the line. So you want to make sure that light goes off at the end of the day before you turn off your battery disconnect switch. Down below, you'll also see a control pattern change valve. And what I love about the Hyundai is this valve is very easy to change. Depending on the type of the machine that the operator is used to operating, whether it's ISO or SAE style controls, you can easily change with the control pattern change valve located in this compartment. Now we're on the other side of the machine, but as we walk across the back, I want to bring to your attention one other thing that Hyundai does that's unique to Hyundai. They bring in all of their excavators and their wheel loaders with the heaviest counterweight available. And what that does for them is that puts these machines in a different class. It allows them to have higher stability, higher lifting capacities, and overall just makes them a more stable and easier to operate machine. This HX220 weighs in at 51,500 pounds, which is significantly heavier than Caterpillar's equivalent or Komatsu or Deere or really any of the rest in their class. As we open the pump compartment, I want to show you a few features about the pumps that make them unique. These are Kawasaki designed pumps. You have an inline pump stack, so you've got pump 1, pump 2, and a pilot pump on the outside that works your pilot system, which is a gear pump. The pump 1 and pump 2, those are variable volume piston pumps, which are extremely efficient. They're load sensing, and they basically are working off load demand. So they're only going to use as much energy as necessary according to what the operator is requiring. One of the newest features is the EPFC. And instead of pilot controlling our pumps, now we are controlling our pumps with an electrical signal that comes from the joysticks that can be modified and can be customized according to what the operator is doing. And we'll show you a little bit about how you go about doing that later, depending on the application that you're in, or the material density that you're using, or what you're lifting with the machine. Inside the pump compartment, what you'll see is you have a lot of very easy to access, ground line accessible filters, spin-on, spin-off style filters, your engine oil filter, your 2-stage fuel filtration system. You've got a fuel filter here and another fuel filter here with a water separator. Your little pilot filter is easy to access right here in the solenoid valve block. You'd have a nitrogen charged accumulator that charges the pilot system to keep constant pressure on there for a couple of reasons. For safety, if you were to lose power and you had your attachment in the air, there'd be enough residual pilot pressure to lower your attachment to the ground. And the other reason is smoothness. It helps to smooth out the pilot controls and helps with controllability. We also have a machine that does not require a DPF filter ever. You don't have to spend that extra money on a Hyundai for a DPF filter with an HX220. This uses an SCR system. So it's a passive regeneration system that never requires you shutting the machine down and going through a manual regen. One very nice feature about Hyundai, and that's basically the same across all their equipment, wheel loaders and excavators with the exception of really 2 models. And this is the most popular model right now, the HX220 with the EPFC. Some other nice features about this machine, you have sight level gauges at ground line, easy to see from the ground line, for example, for your hydraulic oil. You have lockable fuel caps, which makes it very good, especially in today's day and age for security reasons. The number one cause of injury as it relates to excavators oftentimes is falling off the top of the machine. So Hyundai's taken extra precaution in the design of this machine to provide not only 1 guardrail up on the top, but 2. There's actually another guardrail on the opposite side, and then a very large handrail that makes it easy to get up and down. Another great feature that operators like about our machine, this Hyundai HX220 is equipped with 7 work lights standard. So you have a work light, 2 work lights in the frame, under the toolbox and under the cab. You have 2 work lights on the front of the cab, 1 work light rear facing, and 1 work light on each side of the boom. Many of our competitors only feature 1 work light on the boom instead of 2. Some of our models feature 4 work lights on the boom. So Hyundai's nighttime illumination standard package is great. You also have convenient steps located all around the machine, making it very easy to get up and off the machine safely. Right here we have our toolbox, and within the toolbox compartment you actually have a provision for a 5-gallon drum of grease, and there's room to put tools, or if you needed to have a fuel filler pump, that can be installed inside here as well. One of the nice things that Hyundai does is they use a very safe anti-slip surface on the upper deck of the machine. It's very easy to get up and down on this machine safely. The other thing they have is a very convenient DEF tank that is just right above the front step, and it's separated from the diesel fuel so no one makes a mistake. These machines are extremely fuel efficient, and they use about 5% DEF consumption to fuel consumption. Another nice thing is Hyundai uses all Gates hoses now. which is a 4-ply heavy-duty hose, and we are actually authorized Gates hose manufacturers, and we can build hoses at most of our branches. These hoses are extremely good quality and are much less likely to have leaks than other hoses on the market. The HX220 uses a Cummins QSB 6.7 engine. It's a very powerful engine for this class machine, and it does not require any after-treatment system requiring a DPF. As I was talking about, it's an SCR system using cooled EGR, and it does not require a DPF. Another great thing about the Hyundai and the Cummins engine technology and the fan that we use and the hydraulic system, just basically the way the machine is insulated, the outside dB levels and the sound levels overall inside the cab and outside are very low. You can stand next to the machine and have a conversation. This, of course, is a good safety feature for the operator and is also good for the environment with people working around the job site. The inside of the cab has lots of visibility on the left, the right, the front, and the rear. The top of the cab actually has a built-in polycarbonate style roof hatch with the sunshade, as well as a sunshade on the front windshield. Hyundai's undercarriage is built solid, and it's built by Hyundai. The nice thing about it is it has 2 guardrails, not just one. It has 9 lower rollers. Most of our competition have 7 or 8. And it has 2 large upper rollers, all fully sealed for the life of the product. The other nice thing about it is a double tapered side frame. So it tapers on the inside and the outside, and you have very large upper roller cutouts so debris can fall away and keep clean. One of the best things about the Hyundai is the cab. There's a lot of room for all sizes of operators, very large, a lot of nice amenities, very automotive feel in a lot of ways. We have a very nice, easy to open front windshield. Just literally pull it back like that, very easy. It's a cable assisted mechanism that makes it easy to open and close. You have an 8-inch color touchscreen monitor with all the bells and whistles you can imagine, and I'll go through some of those menus with you in a minute. You have 7 different AC vents all around you, and those can be positioned to circulate the air how you prefer. A couple different defrost vents. There's a removable front windshield that can actually store in the back in some rubber brackets that are mounted to the back of the seat. You have adjustable left and right joystick control consoles. This is unique to Hyundai. They actually have a proprietary ratcheting system, and I am ratcheting that, and that will lower it, or I can switch that position, and now I can raise it at a 45-degree angle. So that's better positioning it for my height and putting it forward or backward, upward or downward. So I have a lot of different ways I can configure this seat. I can move the entire seat itself. I can move the seat up and down. I can change the angle of the seat. I can adjust the air suspension, and it does come with a standard air ride seat, which is really nice. It has a lumbar support. It has heat. So during the winter months, if you're in a cold climate, certainly that comes in handy. Straight line travel. This is a nice new feature that Hyundai's offering. Straight line travel basically is a rocker switch that says ST on it. You select that rocker switch, and it enables the left side travel pedal as your travel. So you basically can travel in a straight line, both tracks simultaneous in the same direction. And that's great for utility contractors, pipeline contractors that are going long distances and are staying in a straight line. Unlike some competitors, we don't have to have a dedicated pedal for that. It's done through a rocker switch, which saves floor space and makes it more convenient for the operator. The other nice thing that they have in the Hyundai cab is a haptic control. This is a feedback type control. It's a dial knob, and it can be pressed. It can be like a joystick, left, right, up, down. It can be turned. It works as your throttle volume. It increases and decreases your RPM. It also works to control your air conditioning features and settings. And it will control the monitor. So you have several different ways to control the monitor. It is touchscreen, you can touch it, or you can use the haptic control with some quick actions and get to your rear view camera, or get to the menu, or change from your power mode, or select different features on the monitor, all accessible from one control at the right of your hand. Very convenient, very nice feature, something that Hyundai has exclusively introduced to the industry. The other nice thing that Hyundai has done is put in a Bluetooth radio.
which makes it really easy to answer calls without having to have your phone in your hand, which is in some cases not allowed on certain job sites. So that's a very convenient thing. Connect your phone, you can listen to your MP3, your music on your phone through the radio, through the intercom system, and just by the push of a button on the radio, you can answer a phone call or hang up a phone call. The other nice thing that Hyundai does is they put a front and lower windshield wiper on the front windshield. Most competitors don't do that, and if they do that, it's an option. With Hyundai, it's standard equipment. And if you get into a torrential downpour or if you're working in the rain, that's a nice feature. Hyundai has an analog hour meter, and they also have the hours listed through the monitor. You can see much troubleshooting data in the monitor. You have fault codes, logged fault codes, lots of great information for a mechanic or for your operator when they're trying to maintain the machine. You have the ability to set and reset maintenance intervals from within the monitor. So if you're trying to keep track of how often you need to change your engine oil or your hydraulic oil, that can be done inside the monitor and remind you. Much of this information is also communicated to HiMate, which is Hyundai's proprietary telematics system, and can be seen either on a mobile device or on a desktop at a later time. The other nice thing that Hyundai's done is they've come out with new joysticks that have incorporated proportional control into the joystick. So if you have a bidirectional attachment, if you're using a thumb, you can use this proportional control rocker switch on the top of the joystick, and you can activate your thumb or a crusher or any type of bidirectional attachment. Makes it really convenient for people that work with attachments. A few other nice things about the Hyundai HX220 and all Hyundai products is the warranty it carries. It carries a 3-year, 3,000-hour full machine bumper-to-bumper warranty, along with a 5-year, 10,000-hour structural guarantee. And you get 5 years free of charge of Hyundai's exclusive telematics platform, HiMate. Those are great features to keep this machine running cleanly, inexpensively, and reduce your downtime over the ownership of the machine. So that's about all we've got for you on the HX220 equipped with EPFC. I'm Corey Rogers, the VP of Marketing for NED National Equipment Dealers. We're here at May RHI, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes to learn about this great machine. For more information, you can reference our website at www.neddealers.com and find a location that's close to you.